Hello, fabulous Gemini. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of October 2014, Love Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. Where it comes to love, we're actually seeing a continuation of energy that's been there since last month. So I would encourage you to watch last month's horoscope again, because it is going to be a lot of those themes that are carried into this month and actually emphasized in some ways as well. So what we have happening is we will have Mercury retrograde back into the part of the sky for you that has to do with love. It has to do with dating, the feeling of love, of romance, of feeling swept up as well. All really nice emotions, all really nice things. But what we also have happening is Venus will enter this part of the sky as well. So with this support of Venus and with Mercury moving backwards, it is a time to reconsider who it is that you are attracted to, who it is that you're with, and exactly what it is that you're going for love. What is it that really matters to you where it comes to love? Now, last month I told you to watch the date, the 14th of September. So I'm going to remind you now, the 25th of October is when Mercury will be stationary direct. And what that means is Mercury will appear to stand still in the sky and begin to go direct. And this will take place exactly where Mercury was on September 14th. So think back to what was happening. I hope that you took a note or something. What was happening for you, especially in the context of love, but really in any area of life. Think about what was taking place for you, because you're very likely to return to it, get your final answer, your final clarity, your final understanding right around the late part of this month. So it is set to be really important for you. And what I have found with Mercury retrograde in this part of the sky is usually what happens is whatever happens, it's not the final answer. It really isn't. It's as if confusion or uncertainty, or whether it's your own fears or the other person, or even a sense of perception as well can be involved in this. But whatever it is that develops needs to be revisited later and understood differently later. And it really is the details and the fullness that is revealed a little bit further down the road. So when people break up under a Mercury retrograde happening 5 signs ahead of you in the part of the sky that has to do with romance, they don't usually stay broken up. And chances are that some of that understanding of why the breakup happened is in some way connected to confusion, especially around messages and around words. Those people who meet somebody new under a Mercury retrograde, this really tends to be a very important time as well, because if you meet somebody new under Mercury retrograde, you might not be perceiving the person or the situation clearly or accurately. And you will just need to allow yourself a little bit of time. Allow yourself for Mercury to go direct and come out of shadow, in particular next month, which takes place. And that way, you really are able to get a fuller picture of who this person is, and if they fit what it is that you are going for in love, and if they don't. So you're not likely to get a full picture. You're not likely to get a really honest picture. I mean, I've seen all kinds of interesting things take place when people meet somebody new, start dating somebody new under Mercury retrograde. Things like maybe the person isn't honest about their age, and they might have very good reasons for that. Maybe the other person, you have a certain perception of their lifestyle or their income or whatever the case may be. However, with the fullness of time, you come to understand this person more deeply, and you come to understand the complexities as well. And, you know, whenever we meet somebody new, it tends to be best foot forward, which is great, which is exactly as it needs to be. However, is that connected to something authentic, something real, something that feels very genuine or not? You get a chance to get honest with yourself about that as well. But it is a slow process, okay? So whoever comes in, and if you are somebody open to love, then it's very, very likely that somebody would come in right about now, if they haven't already, as part of your learning, especially now that Venus is in this part of the sky supporting that mercurial energy. And wherever Mercury goes, it tends to be a really important area for you. It's an area that gets your attention. And so Mercury being your ruling planet in the part of the sky that has to do with romance, there's likely to be some either pursuit of or inspiration towards experiencing a more romantic life. Those of you who have somebody in your sphere, this is you figuring out ways to enjoy their company more. And as I said, this is like if you're dating somebody or you're interested in somebody and thinking about how the two of you can sort of connect and get together. This is likely to be a time when you're not necessarily going to read the situation very clearly. And so if any kind of issues come up that make you feel like, whoa, I really don't want this type of situation, just understand that it is part of a learning process. And the learning process, even if you feel you've made a decision this month, that learning process is not likely to be over just yet. Those of you who are in an established bond, I do think that the sky will play out more strongly. In terms of, if we're just talking about this energy, it comes down to enjoying each other's company, wanting to reconnect. There's an element here of fertility as well. And so if you have children, wanting to spend more time with them and figuring out schedules and how they fit in, how it fits all together so that all of you can spend time together. If you don't have children, there's a lot of fertility energy with this as well. And so the chance of you talking things through, do we want this? Do we not want this? All of that would be indicated under this sky as well. One thing is for sure, though, the universe wants you to get clarity around love and get a little bit of sweet experiences as well. It's not all about what's happening necessarily on the intellectual levels. There is softness there. There is a feeling there for you that you are worthy to receive love, that you can have those types of swept away experiences that you desire. And it is these very experiences that can expand your heart, that can lead you to know right in your spirit that you are certainly moving towards a greater love than you've known before.